Mr. Chairman and Ranking Member, for having this hearing. As you know, this spill impacted my district fairly directly. I represent the Navajo Nation and also the city of Page, which is on Lake Powell. And we were in immediate contact with your department and also with those communities as this unfolded. And when I went to the city of Page for a meeting with their chamber, with their school superintendent, with community leaders, learned that there is an overarching plan to do cleanup of these mines, but evidently there's a lack of funding. And I've since learned that about $300 million has been cut from the EPA's budget, which could be directed toward that cleanup. But you mentioned in your answer to my colleague's line of questioning about a safe closure of a mine. Would you just describe for the committee what that entails and about what the cost would be? Because I know there are hundreds, maybe thousands of mines along the San Juan River that have not been safely closed. So you just describe for us what that means and what that entails.
Sure, I'll try to do my best. I may need to supplement that after the hearing, but we're looking at the need to have more comprehensive financial assurance because our experience is that the mines that have been closed have been inadequately closed from an environmental perspective. The most acute is acid drain minage issues, which impact rivers, so that we want to make sure with respect to the rule that we're pursuing, that enough financial assurance covers not just base reclamation, but comprehensive closure, also addressing acid drain minage. That answer your question?
Not exactly.
Okay.
So, I mean, I'd like to know a little more detail about, because my understanding from talking to people in the area is a lot of these mine shafts from various mines are connected. And so you might be dealing with, and I'm just using a hypothetical at this point, but 10 to 15 different mining operations that are directly connected in terms of the cleanup. I'm just trying to get an idea of the impact and the magnitude of trying to safely close these mines.
Yeah, I may need to kind of get back to you with more comprehensive
That's
answer.
fine.
And you are absolutely right. I mean, so we need to separate long-term abandoned mines, which you are right. They're interconnected complexes, so you have to deal with it from a whole area perspective.
Right.
So.
I guess my point is that this is fairly complicated.
Yeah.
It's not just simply, putting up a door on an old abandoned mine shaft. But let's visit some more about that. My other question is have there been closures of abandoned mines and cleanups that you consider successful? And if you can, give us an example of that.
Sure. Of the 137 or so, I can get back to you with a list and
okay.
the elements of the cleanup.
Thank you. I appreciate it. And then my last point is that 215 miles of the Navajo Nation are along the San Juan River, and that's agriculture land. So I was late getting to this committee because I was in an agriculture hearing, but we're really concerned about soil contamination. And so I hope that you will continue to monitor that water, but also the soil, because we have reason to believe that this contamination has been going on for a long time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, clearly it's a long-term issue, and so at least most immediately, we're in discussions with the Navajo and all other stakeholders of a long-term monitoring plan. There's also separate conversations about potential of Superfund listing, so that's all in the works.
Sure.
Yeah.
Thank you, and I yield back.
Mr. Rice.